It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
I don't need to. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Whip.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Easy. Check. Lucky. 15.
To throw, it's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Let's go. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 26. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities, but that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Jackson, option right, and an alley to run. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 47 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
Bang, 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 bang.
Right side.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Slip, slip, slip. Zip it. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Go, go.
The ball comes out, and I think the Chiefs have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Yellow.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming on.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Yellow.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hero 15.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Yellow, yellow. There's a line, right?
Feeling pretty quiet. I got him. Back to mine. I got him.
Attack, attack.
Fox trap.
They'll run on first down. Jones. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 18-yard line.
Hey, watch your leg. Slip, slip.
Hey, 57, 57.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10
Let's
at
go.
their own 34-yard line.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Escaping into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kimball Fuller. On first down, it's Jones, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Yellow, yellow.
Check like 40. Check like 40.
Running right, Jones. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Yellow. 180.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down.
Yellow.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
50, yellow, 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 yellow.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Delta.
Mahomes now on first down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Undercrush.
On second down now, it's Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yep.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 97 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tim Williams. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. They're going deep for Hill. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Yellow, yellow. There's a line.
I want that. Give me that ball.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
He's coming, double exit.
Let's get it now. Let's get it right now.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Don't get nervous, Charlie. Check 50, check 50. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson, option right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Running on first down, Eckler. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Chiefs 42-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
First down, Baltimore.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Jackson on first down. Got him in. It's Brown. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. How they can get much more balance than this. Big-time run. Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Gets this one to Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. Clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Oh, eluding the tackle. Powerful running. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's got run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
1st down, Ravens.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know what you have. They discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yellow,
3
yellow.
yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
15.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
15.
On the delay, Jones. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yellow. Hey, Ripley.
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Let's go. Hey.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes dancing to his left. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Hey, Sunday.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got 15.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
This time Jackson will throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They can't hang with that.
He may try and run for this. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 22 yards as his guys have now moved out in front. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. Open man is Jacob Hollister. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Yellow.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Defense wins championships, baby. You go tight.
Hey, color.
You got tight right there.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10.
57. Mike, 57.
Attack, attack.
15. Check. Fresno. 57's Mike. Check tight end. Check tight.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
At the 27-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Mahomes now on the option. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Let's go. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
From the 35 on second down, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. He can run for it, and he will. And he slides to avoid the hit. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. On second down, Eckler. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
Brings up second and 5 at the Chiefs' 35-yard line.
Check three.
On second down, McFarland. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here we go on 2nd and 12. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
24 is the mark. Take me out. I got 15. 15 is mine. I'm taking it.
First and 10.
Check. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Hey, yo, go gun.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Not to that. Go. 40, Mike.
15.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
And this offense needs a touchdown. A field goal won't get it done in this situation. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, things are looking a little bit bleak.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's 57's right.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jalen Ferguson. innocent. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term
under pressure, and they got to him again. Tim Williams in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.